Welcome to another video PD session. Today we're going to be talking about Google Sites. You can use Google Sites for anything from an e-portfolio to student projects to public service web pages, a classroom page for yourself as the teacher. It's a website, so you can make it into basically anything you want. First, we're going to be at our Google search page, and we're just going to make sure that we're signed in with the account we want. You can make a Google site in any account if you just have a public Gmail account, or if your school or work domain has a domain account. I'm making this for school, so I'm signed in as my school account, and this is going to change things just a little bit, but the basic overall premise is going to be the same. So now that I'm signed in, I'm going to go to sites.google.com, and for my domain, I've got to put our domain at the end. So this is our site. So when I come here, I've already got some stuff that's pre-populated because my school administration has created these certain web pages for all teachers. So I see those. If you've already created a Google site, you'll see those here as well. So you can see that I've already created a few Google sites myself in addition to the Anderson 5 default ones. So I want to create a new one though. I want to create one for an e-portfolio. So I'm going to click the create button, and it brings us up to this page where we can have a blank template, which is just a blank website, and you're going to have to put everything on it, or we can go browse the gallery for more. So we're going to browse the gallery for more, and I'm going to go to schools and education, and look, the third one down is online portfolio template. So I can choose that one, or I can look through all of these and see which one I like and the colors and different things. So if I pick on one, I can take a look at the landing page on that one. I don't like that, it's a little bit busy. So we'll go back to gallery, and you know what? This one's pretty clean and simple. I like this one. We'll just use this one for our example. So I'm going to select it, and it brings it up in here, and it'll make it the red box. If I just want to go to blank template, I click on that, and now it's got the red box around it. But I want to use that online portfolio template. So I click on it. It's got the red box around it, so I know that's the one we selected. Now I'm going to name my site. So we're going to do video PD test e-portfolio. So you can see that I named my site video PD e-portfolios, and then down below it is where the domain name is. So for this one, it's going to be sites.google.com/a/anderson5.net/ whatever I call it. This is a good time to review your URL shortener. If you want to get that extension, you don't have to remember all of this. You can just shorten it when you're done. You can also go in here and change this if you want to, but it gets kind of complicated when you have one name here and one name here. So I usually just leave that. Next is select a theme. Now, remember this. You pick your portfolio or your template once. You can pick your theme over and over again. Okay, once we pick this portfolio and click the create button, we can't change it. We can change the pages in it, we can change individual pages, but we can't say, oh, you know what, I don't like this portfolio or this template, let's try a different template. You can't go back and do that. You can, however, go back and change your theme. So if we pick Ember, which is a really good theme, it's got nice contrast colors. Branches is also a nice one. We can pick Ember, and then if we change our mind later, we can go back to themes and we can change to one of these other ones if we desire. So I'm just going to go with Ember. Now if we go with more options, we can put in a category. We call it Student e-portfolio. And we can put in a site description if we want, such as cumulative, I can't spell. So there we go. We've got our site description and site category, pretty much everything ready to go, and we're going to hit create. And it says creating our site. It's going to take a few minutes. While it's creating our site, if you're going to have your students do an e-portfolio, I would suggest picking a template, or if you want to take it to that next level and create your own template, that would be a good thing to have them use. If you have a student that wants to create their own from scratch, I would encourage that, but I would say use my template, use this template until you have yours created. No sense in trying to make them do extra work to create something from scratch while trying to do the assignment you're assigning them. It's easy enough once you get things made, you can just copy them over to a different site if you wanted to. Another thing to think about is watch how your design looks. Students like to get creative, and especially if they've never done anything on the web before, they want to get cutesy and fun and put all these pictures in. But this isn't a very professional looking web page, much less e-portfolio. Whereas this one looks very professional, very college student professional, we'll say. And then this one looks very professional. So just keep that in mind when your students are doing this, and kind of go over that. This is who they are. This will be representing them, and they need to keep that in mind. A lot of them wouldn't think about that when they're creating it. They just think, oh, I have a web page now. So speaking of having a web page now, our page has been created, and now we have our Video PDE Portfolios web page. If I were assigning this, I would have the student put their name up here. So John Smith, ePortfolio. But it comes pre-populated with all your categories. You got your About Me, which is the landing page. So when somebody goes to this website, the first thing they're going to see is who is being talked about. Academics, go to that page, and this will be a good place to put, GPAs, achievements, National Honor Society, that kind of stuff. Academic projects, this would be projects that they've done, exemplars from, say, grades 9 through 12. If they're in a career pathway, maybe it's, their first level, second level, third level. All kinds of different ways you can go with this. This would be kind of a growth model showing, all right, from 1 to 10, this is how I've grown in my academics. If they've done any kind of research projects, we got a category for that. And this just happens to be on this template. So every template is not going to be exactly the same. Professional experience, that would be a good place to put any kind of internships. Lexicon, it's apparently a magazine that whoever made this template did. Achievements, so we've got achievements page. And then extras would be a good place to catch anything that doesn't fall into any one of the other categories. So this is just, like I said, this template. You can use other templates which would have some of the same or similar categories, maybe not exactly the same. So to get started, and everything's going to be the same way. We're on our About page. Well, obviously this isn't me, so I'm going to click on the little pencil over here. And that's my editor. So now I can edit anything on this page. So let's say, who am I? And since we're doing this, I am Stuart Lee. I'm going to fast forward while I type some of this. So I can also add links in. So if I want to put my Facebook link, I can type in the word I want linked, highlight it, click on the link up here. It's just like adding a link in your email or anything else. If I'm linking to another page on this site, I leave it here and I can find that page. If I'm linking to a web address, which I am in this case, I would go here and do me/, because that's my Facebook. I want to open this in a new window. All right, so now I've got that linked. So I can go and I want to do my Twitter. So I type it, highlight it, link. I want to go web address and do twitter.com/Mr. Lee teaches. Open a new window. Okay. All right, so I can add links that way. This is a text box. You can add images. So if I wanted to put an image over here, I could just insert image and then go through and pick an image wherever I wanted it. We can upload an image. So let's say I wanted to upload this image of me doing a training. It's uploading. Now I have it, so My alt text would be me training in Myrtle Beach. Okay, so now I've got my image uploaded. And I can align it however I want to align it. If I wanted to move it, it's just like laying out anything else online. It's very simple. You don't need to know any HTML code. However, if you do know some HTML, you can click on this button here and you can see the HTML of your page. So if you know how to edit HTML, you can go in here and maybe do something quicker, or maybe do something a little fancier, depending on your skill set. So I'm done with this for now. What I want to do is I want to hit save. Google Sites does not save. Everything else in Google will automatically save. If you're typing a document, if you're doing a spreadsheet, if you're doing a presentation, everything else will save automatically. Google Sites does not. So you got to make sure you hit save. It'll say saving, and now it's been saved. So I want to go in and share this page. Right now it's private only to me. So if I was a student, I'd want to at least share it with my teacher. So hit change. And honestly, if it's an e-portfolio, you probably want to share it with, colleges or possible employers or even mom and dad. So anyone with the link is a good one. That keeps it from being able to, you can't search for it on the web and find it, but if you had the link, you could go to it without signing in, or you could just make it public on the web. So pick which one you want. If you have a domain, you can click on only in your domain, and then only people in the domain can search for it and find it. But I'm going to make it public on the web. I'm hitting save, and I want to leave them as can view. Make sure they don't have edit rights. So now that I'm done with that, I want to go back. So I click on the link over here, and I can go through and look through here, and I can change any of this stuff I want. I want to manage the site, edit the layout. So if I hit edit layout, I get to pick, okay, there's a text box here, there's a sidebar here. I want to edit the sidebar. I don't want it to be his picture, I want it to be my picture. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to change it here. I'm going to delete his picture and insert a different picture. Upload another image, and this time we'll just upload an Anderson 5 logo. And then hit OK. And if I wanted to, I could say Anderson 5 video PD page. Hit OK. And now you can see it's over here. Well, it's aligned left, so I don't like that. So I'm going to come back in here, and I'm going to control all. And I'm going to center it. And now I'm going to OK. And it updates. And it's done. So if you don't know if there's no save button, look up here. It says your changes have been saved. So I know my changes have been saved. I'm going to close. And now I have more of a stylized way I want it page. You can put links over here to your other pages, so if you don't like them up top, you can move them to the side. Your gear icon menu over here gives you pretty much everything you need to know or need to be able to manage as far as pages or site. Remember, the site is everything. Pages are the individual page. And if you wanted to change the colors or your template, well, you can't change your template, but if you wanted to change your theme, you could do it through here as well. So I hope this gets you started on your e-portfolios in your class. It's a great project, especially if you start at the beginning of the year, the beginning of the semester, and have your kids add to it as they go. It becomes, once you set it up the first time, it becomes go add that to your e-portfolio, and then it's a one-stop shop. Everything that you're supposed to have is there. It's like a notebook, but it's online. And you can share it with, like I said, college applications, employment applications. Mom and dad get to see what they're doing in class because you can share it that way. Makes it very simple, and Google makes it very simple to edit and create.